Well, hello, folks. It's Saturday, and I'm I'm usually dedicated to doing a video for sure Monday through Friday, but I'll do one on the weekends if I feel it, and I'm kind of feeling it. Cheers! It is the 26th of July. Cheers, people. Mm. So, what's on my plate this morning? It's a quiet day. This is one of those golden days. I don't know when to expect them, but I wake up. I can't tell when I first wake up in bed because I'm waking up and I hear it, the tinnitus. But then once I get up and start moving around is when I notice whether or not it's actually it's there. And this morning it's really quiet. Such a simple thing to bring that it makes me so happy. It's it's quiet. It's just so it's a rather interesting phenomenon. I don't even really know if what I have is tinnitus. Excuse me. So, as I thought, Ozzy's death really is reverberating deeply. And I'm going to go, I haven't looked at, there's like 15 new comments on my tribute. So I'm going to live dangerously and look at them now, which I haven't. Only one popped through on my phone. And then I'm going to show some records because yesterday was another lovely day, even though it wasn't a super quiet ear day. Having a new stylus, and I have been living with needing a new stylus for a long time. It's like having all these records are like new. So here's one comment that has me kind of chuckling, and it's on the Ozzy tribute. And this is kind of what I expect, that people will encounter me for the first time who've never watched me before through the Ozzy tribute. There's over 13,000 views on that one video from Tuesday. For my channel, that's a viral response, although it's really not. That's still small numbers. But here's one I have to say. Friend, I hope you see this, but they ask, wow, how many vinyls? Hey, come on now. The plural of vinyl is vinyl. There are no vinyls. Come on now, come on now. Vinyls, oh my God. That's for your benefit. There's no such thing as vinyls. Good Lord. That gives me a chuckle. Okay, so here when people come on and are kind of anti, it's my prerogative to leave the comment or not. And this comment, I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to leave it. I'm going to get rid of it. And because this person is being shitty. Comparing Ozzy to the great John Lennon? Yes, I did. You can go straight to hell, okay? Everything he said was negative and unfriendly and unnecessary and unhelpful. So, yeah, when I see stuff like that where people are talking like what I consider assholes, you're the fuck out of here. Yeah, most people recognize And in here, one person does say, your description of the way the South Indian classical music builds up to explosive levels was right on. Thank you. I love music. I do. Yeah. So mostly, a lot of people are amazed at the collection. Here's one that I will respond to. The man asked, I think it's a gay man, a man. Gayness in Omaha was traumatic. What? Okay. Okay. Excuse me for the. Sometimes when people write, because I get comments from all over the world, some people's English is broken, and so it takes me a minute to read it and understand. But generally speaking, people are being kind, being nice, and being humane. But I'm not up for some dumb shit and people being on negative for whatever reason, which isn't helpful. I delete that shit. I do. Still haven't listened to anything but records these this week. I haven't played any CDs or cassettes, and I have a couple cassettes to review. So it's a golden ear day. It really is perfect day to do some reviewing. So let me get to that stuff. But let me show you. Um, I've just been playing records, and some records I'm playing because I've had them a long time. I've had a dull stylus for years. I ain't gonna lie. Probably some of you do too, or maybe you're more hip to that than me. But some of these records I've played, it's like hearing them for the first time. The fidelity and the clarity is just amazing. And you can really tell the difference between good pressings and bad pressing. So here, this is a bootleg actually, or an unofficial pressing of Slowdive's Pygmalion. I'm pretty sure it's unofficial because double album, one album is black vinyl, and one album is this clear with a little bit of smoke in it. It's pretty good pressing though, and this is one where like for years I thought it was just so. And I love this band, Rutti, R-U-T-T-I, whatever that makes me think that that was almost like a working title based on the sound of what they were doing, which is close to Dereck column. So Rutti, maybe. Also played this almost all the way through. I love this band, I really do. Slowdive was wonderful when they came back. Told the story that when they first came to America in the 90s, when they were still really young, I saw them open on a double bill. They didn't open, it was a double bill, Ride and Slowdive. And that was a real fun night because I partied with both bands, Ride and Slowdive. And Neil and Rachel was like, and they were like really young, so it was like hanging out with kids. Love this band and this sound. Now here, I played this because it's one of my least favorite King Crimson albums, but they're really well pressed, and there's King Crimson, the reconstruction of light. So to me, this is when King Crimson is kind of floundering about a little bit. The lyrics are kind of strange from Adrian Belew, and there's some songs where it's like, you know, this isn't necessarily all that clever to me. It's like, why didn't you just stay quiet? There's also a couple of passages on here musically where it's like they're repeating. They do Lark's Tongues and Aspic Part 4, but there's an energy to this to me that feels like, well, we're really done, but we're still going. It's like we really don't have anything left to say, but we're still playing, which I'm glad. There are some real good moments on here musically, but overall it's kind of like, this is strange. Not necessarily strange in a good way. I had fun playing some favorites yesterday, and so it was just, this was almost like jaw dropping how good the fidelity is as well as the playing. Lumen by Steve Jansen and Richard Barbieri. This is a live recording from 1996, and interestingly, they call it just a Steve Jansen, Richard Barbieri album, but Mick Karn is on here as well. Well, no, I can see why now. This album is featuring tracks from one of their Jansen Barbieri releases. But Stephen Wilson of Porcupine Tree is also on here. And to my ears, I can still hear where he's still developing as a musician. His parts on here sometimes are like, oh, you haven't caught up with the other guys yet. This is fantastic music. Sophisticated and funky, but in an airy kind of atmospheric way. I love their approach to music. I like Steve Jansen's latest project, Exit North. But I have never seen any of those CDs or records. I think in the last video or the video before the last one, someone made mention of a new release by Michael Gregory Jackson about how it's available to be ordered, but I really don't like to order. I know I miss out on stuff because of that, but I'd rather physically find it if I could. I don't like ordering online. Even though I'm doing mail order of my music through Bandcamp mainly. Sorry, I'm just, I just woke up. It's Saturday morning. I need a shave. My eyes are feeling funny, like something's in it. I'm going to keep going, okay? So the Chuck Mangione record, talking about it and the fact that Tony Levin was on it, got me to pull this and play this again. I received this recently. The new Tony Levin solo album. It all comes down to the bass. Am I saying the title correct? Yeah, Bringing It Down to the Bass. And this is on beautiful smoky vinyl. This is like a variety show. Tony Levin's CV as a session musician and musician overall is so broad. Can you see the vinyl? Isn't that beautiful? It's so broad. I mean, it's everything here from blues to barbershop quartet to out there experimentation. And Tony Levin has a very distinct bass sound and style. I love it. Yep. Thanks for turning it down, Ray. I love Susie and the Banshees. I really do. One of the top concerts I've ever seen was Susie at Lollapalooza. Musically and also stage presence wise, Susie stole the show for me that particular year, and that was with 9 Inch Nails, Rollins Band, Jane's Addiction, Body Count. All of them were good, but Susie was stunning. And I love this album, Superstition. And this is a reissue, so it's a super cut on 180 gram. Also, 180-gram vinyl alone does not make a record sound better. That's been proven already. This is a wonderful album. And man, the sound, it shimmers. The sound of that album is shimmery. And here's one where I was thinking to myself, yeah, I got to get back to this with my new stylus. And it sounds just awesome. And I'll make a comparison. The latest Peter Gabriel album, I.O. This is the bright side mix. I have the dark side mix. I bought them both because Peter Gabriel is he's a longtime favorite and used to be a hero of mine until I grew up and realized, you don't need heroes and heroes will disappoint you. He's just a man. This is fantastic. I'll compare it to David Gilmour because David Gilmour's new album is okay. But this is still Peter Gabriel doing Peter Gabriel, messing with the sound, pushing the band, pushing himself, writing wonderful lyrics, and his stunning voice, but the entire picture, musically, and the way it's recorded, man, this just burst out of the stereo last night. I have a decent stereo. I'm not a gearhead, but I know that my Paradigm speakers are high end. They were a gift. I have an old Proton amp. It's old, but it's killer. It's got this circuitry where when you turn it up, it doesn't get louder, it gets more present. It's amazing. And I don't have a preamp and none of that shit like some people do, but my stereo kicks ass. The other one out in the other room does too. So hearing these records, it's like a whole new, almost out of the body experience. I had to play some Hosono, Omnis Sightseeing. The Arthur from England who sent me the Wire magazine with Hosono on the front, the article did shine some light on Hosono for me, to hear how he simply got tired of electronic music and went back to his roots, his original love for American music as a kid. But when he was doing electronic, it was like there was nobody could do it better. And then there's a documentary about this, but it's in Japanese. But I gather that it was made while he was traveling the world, recording this album. This is just like the cover. It is singular and beautifully recorded. So well recorded, and hearing it with the clean stylus, it's like I'm hearing the timbre of Harume Hosono's voice on this record like I was missing before. Amazing. Had to pull this because this album had a lot of problems with the pressings when it came out. I know of a few people, not just one, but several people, like 3 people at least, who, when they bought this Kid A Amnesia, where it's a 3-record set on red vinyl, a lot of people got bogus copies, or that they were just really noisy. And I thought that for myself, I think I got lucky, because when I got it, even with my apparently dull needle all these years, it played pretty good. Not totally quiet. I do like this album, but it's very somber, kind of dour in a lot of places in the mood. But I like what Johnny and Tom and those guys were working on, expanding their palette and really expressing something. And I'm happy to say this plays good. It is not nasty. It is not all crinkly and crackly. It's clean. And I like Radiohead, and I did get to see Radiohead. I forget what year it was. They grew. I always shake my head when it's like, yeah. Here's a record that I knew nothing about that was sent to me, I think by Mr. Semino, possibly. Non Keen, All Good. It's a project that involves a pianist, Nils Fromm. This again, oh boy, what a pleasure to play these records now. They just, the sonics. This is just really good instrumental, modern, ambient music. It's not just ambient. That's just a good word to use. When we used to say this really rocks, when I say this is ambient, I'm trying to say this has atmosphere and imagination, and it's not immediately identifiable what you want to call it. It's very good. Non-Keen. That's an example of a record that I would not have known about had it not been sent to me, because I've never seen it in a shop in Omaha. I love me some Ladytron. I love me some Ladytron. Time's Arrow. I hope they're not done. I really like this band. I like the icy approach to the music. And similar to the Mickey Berenyi, they have a good stomp to their beat. It has the right beat. It has a groove, as well as a sound. I love the sound of this band, Ladytron. Here's one where my friend, I like to call him that because he is, even though we've only met in person once, but we have contact still on and off. And if you see this, Thalam, hello. Mike Watt, if you see this, hello. I'm almost ready to send you something, Mike, if you see this, okay? I'm not done. I'm gonna see this through. But I got this album when Terry Riley, Nels Klein, and Thalam McDonis collaborated. And it's primarily vocal, but not. And this is really amazing. The light is real. As I listened to this yesterday, I would forget who I'm listening to because it would change in ways that were, it's like, whoa, now what are they doing? They do things with the voice, but there's also wave state electronics on here. And Nels Klein, besides guitars, plays, or he does something called Megamouth on here. Executive producer Charles Amirkhanian. I have to look that name up. That's an important name. This was like a surprise, and also it's really well recorded and cut. But I was like, wow, this is really engaging. If you haven't heard this, I recommend this. I really had fun yesterday. It is fun. It's better than, for me, it's similar to the experience of what watching movies used to be like for me, because I try to watch movies these days and mostly they don't keep my interest. The records are fun. It's up to my imagination. I think that's really what does it for me, is I get to set up the scenario in my head as to what the music is displaying to me. So I love Hawkwind. They're just crazy. So I found this recently. The Astounding Sounds Amazing Music record on Charisma. So I played the other side of this because I hadn't played both sides of this all the way through. And it's just I just really like Hawkwind. Truly stoner hippies, outsiders, anti-establishment vibe that I totally vibe with. And I didn't play the Dan Fogelberg. Maybe I'll get to it today. The last thing that it's sitting out that I actually played, and this again is a recent addition to the collection. This is just mind blowing. Whisper of Dharma by the Human Arts Ensemble featuring Charles Bobo Shaw. My goodness, do these people, this session, I wish I could have been, this is a session I wish I could have experienced, because it's just, each track is sidelong. They have two different names, but you can hear that it's just the continuation of the session. And everyone is electric. It's like it's a group improvisation. It's almost like you can imagine. No, it's hard. This is just so dynamic, and my goodness, it's like if I were like teaching a class in college about improvisation and wanted to give examples where this is an example of true free improvisation, where you hear the individual elements fully engaged, and yet what they're all doing is creating this collective energy that is really potent. I would play this for the class as a almost perfect example of improvisation, group improvisation. This album is amazing. I have another one of their albums. I need to pull it and listen to it. You see, because I don't remember it being as powerful as this. So yeah, people, vinyl is vinyl, not vinyls. If you're a new viewer, please understand this is, even though you can call it a show, which it is kind of, this is not a setup. This is my music room in my home. I've been doing this for over 10 years. This is my life. This is me. So do not come over here being disrespectful and talking shit. Don't come over here talking like you're super clever, saying something snarky, and like somehow you're going to make an impact. You're going to get deleted and blocked. It's not about censorship. It's about me being at home like I'm dealing with visitors. It's like, oh, hell no, you don't come into my house acting like that. Even though this is not, I'm at home, but the YouTube is, I don't own it. But do you catch my drift, people, okay? Folks that want to talk snark, I see you coming, so you're not fooling anybody. Save your breath and say something nice, or don't say anything at all, because you prove nothing but your own shortcomings when you do that. Because you came over here, it's like you come barging into my thing with your negative energy. I didn't ask for it. I don't deserve it. I didn't do anything to you. Are you catching my drift? I say these things besides the other stuff because people need this message in this crazy upside down world where people are shitty to one another. And people, we have a president who has no class, and so stupidity, boorishness, and negative behavior is normalized right now. Being an asshole is normal because of the asshole, and who's setting the example. Well, he's doing it, I guess I could do it too. No, come over here and be the best person that you are. Okay? Because you're not doing anything to help anybody by showing your ass, trying to be snarky and snippy. When I'm showing attitude, I'm just talking to you. I'm not attacking anyone. Try to get that straight. Okay? Have a good day, everyone. Leave your comments, of course. I do enjoy them and I do read them.